Hi, this is Rubini, Hope AI student. So here we are going to see about how to analyze a data set. Okay. So the first step, what we have to do is we have to import the necessary libraries. So Pandas is a necessary library to do the analysis task. So okay, Pandas support all the data manipulation function. Okay, and everything, whatever we can do inside the data set, Pandas support it. Okay, and the next thing we have to load the data set. So what is the code to load the data set? So data set, it is a variable name given. We are assigning a variable name equal to pd.read_csv. So this is the data set name, placement.csv. Okay, so while we are loading the data set, after loading, we can view the data set using the data set command. See here, this is the data set which we have loaded. Okay, so this data set contains the details about all the students pass mark. Okay, their SSC pass mark, mainly their gender, their pass mark, SSC pass mark, HSC pass mark, their degree pass mark. Okay, and which specialization they have been chosen, and their work experience, their status, whether they have been placed in a job or not, and the salary amount which they were receiving. Okay, so this is the data set. So before moving on to the data analysis task, okay, the first thing what we have to do is we have to check whether there is any null values in the data set. Okay, so see the data set. Here we can see NaN. NaN stands for a null value. That means missing value. Okay, so here in the salary column, some rows have been values have been missed. Okay, so in that place, none is written. Okay, this stands for missing values or null values. So what are the methods to handle the missing or null values? So the first method is replace the missing value with central tendency. Okay, we have to calculate central tendency. Now that a particular column. Okay, so central tendency means mean, median, or mode. So this is the first method. Okay, so what is the second method? Enter row delete. Okay, if you want to delete the entire row, okay, we can delete. But before deleting, the one thing we have to remember, while deleting this row, this will not affect the data analysis process. Okay, so if it does not affect it, you can delete the row. Okay, then what is the third method? Respective to the problem statement, we have to replace the missing value. Okay, consider what is the problem statement here. Okay, just study the data set and you can come to the solution. What is the fourth one? We have to create a model, semi-supervised model. Okay, and this model will predict the missing value. So come to the data set. Here we can see that this is the detail of the students, right? So if a student has placed in a job, he or she will receive a salary. Okay, so if a student is not placed in a job, definitely they won't get salary, right? So this is the reason for the missing value. Perspective, this third method, perspective to the problem statement. Okay, here the student is not placed in a job and he didn't receive salary. Okay, so what we have to do, we have to replace the salary. Okay, replace the missing value. So what are the methods we have seen here? There are four methods to replace the missing value. So here what we can do, we can replace the none value with zero, right? So if he or she is not placed in a job, they will not receive salary, right? So we can fill that none value with zero. Okay, so what is the code to fill the none value with zero? Check here. Dataset dot is null of dot sum of. Okay, this is the code to check the null value. Okay, so dataset dot is null of dot sum of. Okay, so this line will return the columns which have null values. Okay, here salary column have 67 null values. Okay, after giving this line of code. So what is the way to replace it? Data set, the particular column, and the method is fillna method. Okay, the fillna method will replace a null value with zero. So what is this in place stands for? In place will do all the modification in the particular column and save it in the data set itself. Okay, so now you can see that here there is no null values. Okay, the null value has been checked by the code also. There is no null values. Okay, next. we are separating the categorical and continuous value. Categorical means it is qualitative variables, and continuous means they were quantitative. Okay, we are just separating them into a separate list. Okay, so what is the method? First, we have to know the columns data type. So data set, column name, and the data type. Okay, if the data type is equal to O means object character, so we can append it in the qualitative list. If the data type is is not equal to O, then we can append it in the quantitative list. Okay, so here are the variables, quantitative variables and qualitative variables. What is the second question? How many of them are not placed? Okay, to see how many students have been not placed in the job, okay, we have to write the line of code. Not placed count equal to data set. In the data set, we have to go to the status column. If status column is equal to not placed, then dot shape of will return the total number of rows. Okay, 0 stands for rows. If here we are giving 1, then that 1 stands for column. Okay, it will return the total number of column. So here total number of students not placed in the job are 67. Okay. Next, find the reason for non-placement. What is the reason for non-placement? Okay, so we have to check in the data set. Okay, here not placed ds dot describe of. Okay, so this will return all the statistical functions. Okay, that means count value, mean value, deviation value, minimum value, 25%, maximum, everything. Okay, so considering this, we can come into a solution that first thing we have to note, we should separate not placed students record, okay, and placed students record. Okay, we have to separate them both. Okay, so while seeing the not placed students, okay, record here, we can see their overall performance. Okay, so this here we can see the placed students overall performance. Okay, so this line will return data set status equal to placed line will return only the placed students record. Okay, so comparing both the records, okay, and their performance, we can come into a solution. Okay, here 140 students placed and 67 students not placed. Okay, so coming to their mean mark. Okay, their mean mark in all the particular exam. Okay, so they were low compared to the placed students. Okay, so here the mean SSP mark for students who are not placed is approximately 57.5%. While for those who are placed is approximately 71.7%. You see here, this is placed. Their mean mark is 71.7%, and in the not placed, their mean mark is 57.5%. Okay, so there is a uh, lot difference between their marks, right? So this shows that the placed students are their performance is good compared to the not placed students. Okay. And the next thing, some standard deviation of the exam marks for student who are not placed is generally higher. Okay, their difference is higher compared to the students those who are placed. Okay, so based on the analysis, it appears that students who are not placed, they tend to have lower academic performance. Okay, by seeing all their exam marks. Okay, uh, this is one of the reason why they are not placed. Okay. What's the fourth question? What kind of relation between MBA and salary? Okay. So to find out the relation between the MBA and salary, we can go for correlation. Okay. So correlation means it finds out the relation between two columns in a data set. Okay. So it is typed wrongly, a data set. So what is the line? Correlation salary equal to data set salary column dot correlation. This is the keyword for finding the correlation. Okay, so data set MBA particular column MBA. So the relation between the salary column and the MBA column is we have to call the variable which we have assigned. Okay, correlation salary underscore MBA. So what is the relation between both the column salary and MBA? 0.139. Okay, the relation between salary and MBA is positive. It shows that if the MBA mark increases, salary will also increase. They both are directly proportional to each other. Next, which specialization is getting minimum salary? So we have to find the salary, right? So which specialization? First, we have to find the minimum salary. So in the data set salary column, we have to write the function min of. This will return the minimum salary. So what is the minimum salary? 2 lakh. So now we are going to find which specialization is getting the minimum 2 lakh salary. Specialization, we are assigning a variable equal to place data set dot location of the salary column. Okay, so minimum salary is equal to minimum salary. That means 2 lakh in the specialization name. Okay, this will return the particular specialization name. Okay, so which specialization is getting minimum salary? Marketing and finance specialization is getting minimum salary. What is the sixth question? How many of them getting above salary? Salary 5 lakh. Okay, so we have to write the code. Salary 1 equal to data set salary column greater than 5 lakh. Okay, dot shape of will return the total number of rows. So 3 students are getting salary above 5 lakhs. Next, test the analysis of variance between each test and MBA at significance level 5%. So analysis of variant could stand. It is used to analyze the difference among groups. Okay, so there are two classification. One is one-way classification that chooses column-wise comparison. Okay, so another one is two-way classification. Here in this particular question, they are going to compare the e-test pass mark and MBA pass mark. Okay, so what we have to do, we have to import SciPy stats module, and it gives some stats function. Okay, so stats dot f underscore one way data set column name MBA and the data set test e-test entrance test pass mark column name. Okay, so this will give the statistic value and the p value, that means probability value. So what is the p value? 4.67. So what they have been said in the question, make decision using hypothesis testing. Okay, so in hypothesis testing, if p value is less than 0.05, okay, we have to consider it as there is no significant difference between the entrance test pass mark and MBA pass mark. Okay, if it is less than 0.05. So here see the p value. The p value is greater than 0.05. Okay, so if it is greater than 0.05, okay, and then there is a what is it? Hence, we have to accept null hypothesis and reject alternative hypothesis. What is null hypothesis? It stands for there is no significant difference between the variables. Okay, so we are going to accept the null hypothesis because the p value is greater than 0.05. So there is no significant difference between entrance test pass mark and MBA pass mark. Test the similarity between the degree and specialization marketing and HR with respect to salary at significance level of 5%. So this we have to find using the t-test. Okay, so this is an independent sample, that means unpaired test, different groups, but the condition is same. Okay, science degree and specialization 2 column have been chosen, but we are going to test the similarity with respect to only one condition, that is salary. Okay, so from scipy.stats import t-test underscore ind. So data set dot drop. Suppose if there is any null value, this particular line of code will drop it. Science technology equal to data set, the column name, if it is equal to science and technology, the condition is salary. Marketing and HR, the specialization, column name, if it is equal to marketing and HR, the condition is salary. Okay, so return that, call the function t-test underscore ind, both the column and its particular specialization. Okay, so what is the answer here? Statistic value and p value. P value is equal to 0.007. Okay, so we are going to check this under hypothesis testing. So if p value is less than 0.05, then what is it? There is no significant difference between the variables. Okay, then see here, what is the p value? 0.007. Okay, the p value is less than 0.05. So we are going to accept alternate hypothesis and reject null hypothesis. Okay, accept means there is a similarity between both the degree specialization and marketing HR specialization. Okay, with respect to the salary. Then, what is the next question? Convert the normal distribution to standard normal distribution. Okay, so normal distribution here. Okay, we are going to convert a normal to standard normal distribution. Okay, so both distribution follows bell-shaped curve. Okay, so if you convert a normal distribution into standard normal distribution, it will be very useful for standardized comparison and calculations. Okay, so normal distribution can have any mean and any standard deviation, but in standard normal distribution, the mean is 0 and the deviation, standard deviation is 1. Okay, here SMS C1. Okay, this is C1 dot dist plot. Okay, distribution plot. So which column we are going to plot? Salary column. So see here, this is the normal distribution. Okay, salary column normally distributed in this way. Okay, now we are going to convert it into standard normal distribution, STDN graph. Okay, so we are going to calculate the mean of and then standard deviation of, then we are going to pass the value using the EZ score method. Okay, this EZ score is used to convert normal distribution to standard normal distribution. Okay, so SMS dot distribution plot, and finally the EZ score value comma KD equal to true. This will give the bell shape curve. Okay, so now while calling the function, okay, with this particular column name, we'll get the standard normal distribution. Okay, this way the column has been distributed. Okay, standard normal distribution. This is the standard normal distribution. Okay, what's the probability density function of the salary range from 7 lakh to 9 lakh? To get the particular density between two ranges, okay, we have to go for probability density function. Okay, so the probability density function will return the particular range between them. Okay, so we are going to write the probability density function. Start range the particular data set and its start range 7 lakh end range. Okay, so we are going to import the matplot library pyplot and scipystat norm function. Okay, then axis equal to distribution plot data set, KD is equal to true. This will give the shape, bell curve shape, and KD underscore KWs give the colors. Okay, and blue and brown color. Okay, the curve color and the histogram color. And the next thing is pyplot dot axis vertical line. Okay, so this start range 7 lakh. The color, the line colors will be in green. Okay, here the end range also the line color will be in green. Okay, giving the passing the data set into in the sample variable, calculating the mean of the sample and standard deviation of the sample. Okay, then passing it into the dist equal to norm of function. Then finally, we are going to calculate the area between the range. Okay, so value is equal to, this is a list, value for value in range of 7 lakh to 9 lakh. Okay, so what is a variable in probability? Here, the probability density function is calculated by passing the value. Okay, value variable. Then probability equal to sum of all the probabilities. So we are going to print the area between the range 7 lakh to 9 lakh. Okay, and the sum of probabilities. So while calling the function get PDF probability data set in the column name start range and end range, we will get the value. We'll get the chart plotted like this. Okay, so this is the range 7 lakh to 9 lakh. Okay, so what is the probability density function? 7 lakh to 9 lakh. What's the area between the range 7 lakh to 9 lakh? 0.0005. Okay, 0.05% of students have got salary between 7 lakh and 9 lakh. Next, does the similarity between the degree, science and tech with respect to e-test mark and MBA? Okay, so this also comes under the t-test. Okay, and here early we have been saw about the independent sample. Okay, in the independent sample, different group but same condition. Here dependent sample, that means paired test, same group. Okay, both same group, it is a categorical variable and different condition. Okay, here what is the different condition? Entrance test pass mark and MBA pass mark. Okay, so import the t-test underscore REL function. from scipy.stats, then science technology 1 equal to a variable name is assigned equal to data set. The particular column name is equal to science and technology. So what is the condition? Entrance test pass mark. Then second variable, the data set and the particular column name and equal to that means checking. Okay. If it is equal to science and technology. Okay. Compare with respect to the MBA salary condition, we are going to write the function t test of underscore REL. Okay, call this particular function by passing both the variables. Okay, so what is the answer? P value equal to 5.51. Okay, so going to the hypothesis testing, if p value is less than 0.05, we have to reject null hypothesis. What is null hypothesis? There is no similarity between the variables. Okay, accept means there is a similarity. So here the p value is greater than 0.05. Okay, so what we have to come, what solution we have to come? We have to accept the null hypothesis, okay, and reject the alternate hypothesis. So what is the null hypothesis? Here, there is no similarity between entrance test pass mark and MBA pass mark with respect to the degree undertaken. Okay, was the 12th question. Which parameter is highly correlated with salary? To get the highly correlated variable with the salary, we have to go for the correlation. Okay, data set dot correlation of, here I had given numeric only. This will choose only the quantitative variables. Okay, so see the relation between all the variables. Okay, so here we can see that salary with SSP is 0.53. Okay, compared to the other variables. Okay, only the SSP is highly correlated with salary. Okay, salary column. Hence, the relation between SSP and salary is 0.54 shows that it is a positive correlation. Okay, so SSP independent variable is highly correlated with the salary variable. Okay, plot any useful graph and explain it. Okay, so import C bonus SNS dot pair plot. This is a graph, okay, which shows the relation between the variables. Pass the data set. So this is the graph which shows the relation between each and every variables. Okay, thank you.